This is great fun! Suspension, unicycle, off-road trails. That's brilliant. So I'm in a place called Salsey Forest in Northamptonshire, and I'm just following around these cycle trail routes and having an absolute blast. Well, hello and welcome to Wheel Life, the video diary that helps you to understand what life is like living with an electric unicycle. Now, I say that at the start of all my videos, and I realise that I don't actually do what I say I'm going to do. I tell you I'm going to tell you what life is like living with an electric unicycle, and then I go off and play unicycle archery or bring furniture back from IKEA, that kind of thing. But this week, I'm actually going to show you how I use my unicycle for the whole week. So I'm going to take on a bit of a video diary. That's why I'm filming it on my phone at the moment. I came out this morning. I'm out in Salsey Forest, just north of Milton Keynes, and I'm riding my wheel for fun. I'm blasting my wheel through these forest trails and having a great time. I'm riding the Bigode EX this morning, suspension unicycle, perfect for this type of environment. Lovely soft suspension. So that's the first thing. I'm riding a unicycle for fun. So this week I'm going to just take you with me, everything I do, everywhere I go, and how I use my electric unicycle and how it helps me live my life. Okay, let's go with it. So I just rode along here, and this dove has kind of jumped off the path, out of my way, and into the water. So now I'm feeling bad, so I'm going to try and get this dove out of here. Saved it. So I'm back at home, and when I got back the app was telling me I had about 3% of battery left, but now I'm going to pop out to the shops because I've got a meeting in London tomorrow and I've run out of shaving products for the morning. So I'm going to head out now to the shops. The shops are about a 15-minute walk in that direction. Probably takes about 10 minutes to get there by car because you can't just drive in a straight line. You've got to drive around and to get to it. And it's going to be quite busy at this time of day as well. And by unicycle it'll take me about 5 minutes, if that. So it's a bit of a no-brainer. I'm going to jump on the unicycle and get there in no time at all. But which wheel am I going to take? So which wheel did I go for? I went for this. The Kingston 18XL. This is my go-to wheel out of all of them for those kind of little trips out to the shop. Doesn't mean this is a poor wheel, doesn't mean this can't compete with those big boys. This is still a fast wheel, still 30 miles an hour on it if you want to, still go 60 miles on one charge. But for getting around shops and things, this is my go-to wheel. And I can hear you screaming at the computer right now, I'm not wearing any body armour and I'm not wearing a helmet. And that is really bad, but I'm only going about 8 miles an hour right now. If I was going any faster, I would wear a helmet. But sometimes you just pop into the shop, I find that wearing a full helmet and body armour can seem a little bit intimidating, and that's not the image I want to give. I want to give an image of this being a safe way. Went dark. A safe way to travel and a friendly way. So I'm not blasting it to the shops, I'm going quite steadily, and if I was to fall off I could just step off and walk away. So not wearing a helmet. And I'm standing at a petrol station in Milton Keynes and there is no fuel. It's what's an empty forecourt?
There's a few of them, you can take your pick at the minute.
It's getting a bit crazy, isn't it?
It is indeed, it's the new toilet roll.
And yeah, what's the mood amongst your customers?
Oh, we're all right. Well, they're okay actually, they've been alright today.
So I drive an electric car, so we're all
Bit
smug.
of an advert for it, really, isn't it?
We're all smug people now, smiling, laughing and pointing.
Yes, I've seen the things on Facebook.
That's Kathy from Tesco's, a smiling face, every little helps.
Indeed.
Cheers Kathy, thank you, bye. Like I say, I drive an electric car, I ride an electric unicycle. bit entertaining, really, isn't it? That's it. Pop into the shops. Easy as that. Why would you not get an EUC? Why would you go to the old-fashioned way of walking around when you can just do it so easy and quickly? Why would you bother having a petrol car that you can't get petrol for? Get an EUC. Honestly, it's the future. So arrived at the train station to find that my train has been cancelled for, and I quote, a shortage of train drivers. So you can't get petrol at the petrol stations and you can't get trains from the train station. The good news is the 18XL has performed brilliantly in the rain and wet through, but I need to try and find an alternative route now to get to London. Bit of a joke, really. Last night, paid for it last night for a train that's now cancelled because the...
Yeah.
Thank you. Apparently. Okay, so to put that in some kind of context, I'm now in London outside Euston Station. There's building work taking place around me, so hopefully you can hear me. London will be nice when it's finished. And to put some context, the train I was supposed to get on was a more direct route that dropped me about 1.5 miles from my office. I've now, because that train was cancelled, I had to get one into Euston, one of the main train stations into London, and I've got to then ride across. And like I said, for context, that's like being dropped off in Harlem and being asked to ride over to Brooklyn. So it's quite a long trip right across the centre, and it is raining. It's not very nice, so it's wet and it's windy. Yesterday was a beautiful day. It's like as we slept last night, God decided to flick on the autumn switch. I've woken up this morning, it's a completely different season, but that's life living with an EUC. Horrible day. So that's it, back to the station now. I've got a blast back home. So it's about 15 minutes to get from the station back to home, and that is quicker than going by the car. If you don't believe me, watch the video on the link just here, and you'll see that I did do a test to see which was faster, the car or the unicycle. So yeah, let me just tell you about the wheel I'm riding, the KS18XL. Perfect wheel for commuting because it's got a big enough capacity in its battery to get you where you need to go without any problems. So today I will have done about 20 miles, I guess, before the day's out. And the 18XL's got all the battery you're going to need for a trip like that. Plus, it's got a fantastic trolley handle that you can push it around. Plus, it's got the wheel cut-off button or sensor when you pick it up, so you can pick it up quite easily in a crowded place. Plus, it's light enough to carry when you get to a flight of steps. None of my other wheels really do all those things. So the 18XL is my go-to wheel for around London, not the Sherman. not the Big Ode, certainly not the Monster. No, it's the 18XL every day of the week. So I'm now just going to enjoy the ride home. Yeah, happy days.
How fast is that?
This one goes about 30 miles an hour.
30?
How fast does yours go?
15?
A race?
I guess.
Right, so we're going to have a race.
Yep.
Maximum speed?
15.
15 maximum speed?
15.
15, alright, I'm going to absolutely wipe the floor with you then. Alright, rolling start.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 3, 2, 1. There we go, ready? 3, 2, 1, go for it. Bye boys!
Bye!
What's your name?
Tyler.
Tyler. Have I got your permission to put this on YouTube?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, do your parents mind? No, that's fine, thank you, bye!
Alright, bye.
I must stop talking to strange children while I'm out and about. Find myself on a register. Queuing for petrol. Still, hang on, people are still queuing for petrol. It is getting proper silly now. People are queuing around the block for petrol. Wow. So it is now Wednesday and it is about 25 past 8 in the morning. I'm coming to London again, but this time from a different direction, coming in from south of London. I was originally going to drive in about 20 miles in from where I was to the inside the M25 kind of edge of London and ride the 15 or so miles from there to the office, but the circumstances changed and I had to get the train. So instead I'm here in Croydon, East Croydon, and because circumstances changed I'm riding this. That would not be my choice of a wheel to commute with on a train. That's the first time I've ever done it, and it was a heavy wheel to get on and off the train. But I did it, and it wasn't a problem. It was a bit hard shoving it under the seats and things, but apart from that, all good. And actually now I've got about 12 miles to ride, and this is a perfect wheel for riding that kind of distance at speed. So I'm actually looking forward to the ride in now. And it's no longer a wet and horrible day. It's a beautiful sunshiny day, so that makes all the difference as well. So a nice ride into the office now. Now the problem with the Big Ode EX is that it is monstrously heavy. Not nice to really push around. Don't like the trolley handle. But that is all forgiven because that was just a fabulous ride. And in my office, we've got a lift. So that's it, end of another day in the office, and it's just about 5 o'clock now and I'm heading back. It's going to take me about 45 minutes to get to the train station, 10 miles through busy traffic, but that's a really good way to decompress and to relax after a day busy at work. Also, what I didn't mention is it saves me around about £15–20 a day because I'm saving money on the train fare. If I was to catch the train all the way close to work, it's about another 15–20 quid every day, and that adds up over the week. So winner winner, chicken dinner. Interestingly, I've got chicken for tea tonight, so that's pretty apt really. Okay, helmet on, pedal to the metal. Here's another good thing to do with a unicycle, is this. What's this? What do you got? What do you got? Oh, yeah. And what I use my unicycle for with a dog of this size is really good fun. Because with a dog of that size, it's only a matter of days before he's laid enough dog eggs to have a sizable bag of excrement, which requires a dirty, shameful trip to the dog poo bin at the end of the street. And there's no better way to do that than on an electric unicycle. Yet another useful use for the mighty electric unicycle. Turns out I've got an allergy to dropping off dog feces. Well, that's it. Thank you for watching. Those of you who've made it this far to the end of the video, a certificate of achievement will be in the post to you shortly. I'm just on the way back from getting my hair cut now. Another good example of how to use your electric unicycle. And that's been a bit of an insight into how I live my life, how I use my EUC to save time, save money for business and for pleasure. And if you're thinking about buying an EUC, hopefully you can see how versatile and helpful they are. So please give me a thumbs up, a like and a subscribe. Share it with your friends and add in your comments below about how you use your EUCs. And if you want more of the mad stuff like fighting off the zombie apocalypse, then perhaps tune in to the next episode of Real Life. Until then, thanks. Bye.